Okay, deep, deep breath. Deep all the way down to the core. And maybe just for a moment, try putting your hand on your belly and take some deep breaths as you see how deep you can actually breathe. Going all the way down, pulling it up into your chest and maybe holding for a second or two. And then breathing out. We need that breath to flow our energy through our bodies as we continue to be in a place where we are all doing exercise, we're all getting out. But the cleansing breath is really enabling us to go deeper inside, and even the breath releasing some stuck emotion or some stuck thoughts that are in there. It just really brings it up for us. So we can do breath work every day, some deep breathing that connects us to our minds, our bodies, and spirits. And whenever we notice, because we're starting to become really aware of that mind-body connection, whenever we notice something that just is not sitting right, and we're unsure, it might be an emotion that's trying to rise or thoughts that are trying to come out, or both. And when we make that physical body connection, we can actually add breath to it. Breathe into it. We don't have to analyze, why am I feeling this way? What am I doing? What's wrong? Instead, we're simply noticing that the feeling is somewhere and it's trying to rise up. So we sit and we notice and we breathe into it. Maybe all it will take is the breath to release it, to unstick it. But it could also be that we need to go deeper and sit longer with whatever is there. Always remembering that we have the courage. We have faced so many things in our lives, and we've seen the other side as we struggle through. We remember the challenges we've faced in our life and how that really impacts how we operate if we choose to get fixed or stuck in it. We won't release it. But when we understand that we can change our perspective, we can bring a growth mindset to it. It's not that I can't, it's that I can't yet. To acknowledge that life is a journey, it's a process. And when we open ourselves to awareness, we recognize the process. We understand that it might take time. And so we continue to sit. We continue to breathe into it. Because in that moment, there might be some discomfort. There might be some pain. But our ability to reach inside and breathe into it and let it float away is the thing that's going to push us forward, allowing us to see that sunshine from behind the clouds. And as we realize with our breath, we're not going to be all hunched over and have the breath just stuck somewhere inside, but we put back our shoulders and open our chests. We realize that that opening is allowing that flow of energy, that flow of breath to be cleansing and healing for us. And we can breathe surface on the chest, or we can go much deeper into our diaphragm and our belly as we expand that rib cage and then breathe out, maybe even with some noise. Maybe even thinking about the fact that you are breathing and expanding by opening the chest, putting the shoulders back, and maybe holding the breath for a few moments, and then literally telling yourself as you breathe out, I am letting go. When we make that mind-body connection and we feel discomfort in our bodies, it's almost always going to be a signal that we have some emotional release to do. So when we are engaged in activities or just sitting and noticing, we can make that connection much quicker than before because we realize everything is connected. Mind, body, and spirit. And we might think about our breath as something that is propelling us forward, almost like a sailboat that is just leaving the dock or the port. And we're putting the sails up slowly, pulling the rope as the sails rise. And then we realize that the wind or our breath catches the sail, and the sail expands and propels that boat forward. We could imagine our breath to be the wind, that as we blow into the sails, we are moving forward. We're moving forward in our lives. We're on this sailboat that is sitting on this beautiful water that has so much life underneath it. The fish, the plants, all kinds of life underneath. And we are sailing over top. And every now and again, something comes up from the water and we get curious. Sometimes those things can feel threatening. And at other times, they're just beautiful fish or beautiful plant life. And so we blow into the sails and we move past. We just continue on our journey because that's what life is all about. It's a journey. It's a place where we can sail along perfectly fine, enjoying life. And then suddenly something comes up from the water that potentially threatens us. And so we pause, we notice, and then we allow our breath to open the sails and move us past. So as we are going on our little journey, our life journey, we can simply pay attention to our breath. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. Or we can use some of the metaphors that we've learned over these 2 years, the metaphors of life's infinite possibilities, or the metaphor of the clouds moving so they open up to the beautiful blue sky and the sunshine, or the metaphor of walking in the ravines and noticing all the amazing little tiny creatures that are still there, even in the dark of winter. We can use the metaphors of the seasons, that right now we're in a place of darkness and cold, but we know that in just a couple of months, the ground is going to open up. We're going to see the crocuses and the tulips. And even then, we're going to notice rain, but we're going to see that sunshine. And sooner than later, that warmth of the sun is going to surround us. We have so many metaphors that we can rely on when sometimes that life journey seems a struggle. And so you can choose, because you have that inner wisdom, the wisdom of just sitting with the breath, or the wisdom of using a metaphor to propel you forward. But we also have the silence, so that we can still our mind, declutter our mind, get rid of those cobwebs, so that we build our strength. We build that muscle of awareness and connection. And so as we sit in silence now, you have the freedom to choose. Is it the breath? Is it a metaphor? Is it simply stilling your mind? But all the while knowing you have the most powerful tools, and you have the ability to choose whatever tool you need in that moment in time. And so we'll sit in silence until you hear my voice again. May you be safe. May you be content. May you feel strong. May you live with ease.